Sir Alex Ferguson's best Man United XI as Ronaldo features in star-studded attack. Throughout the Premier League era, Sir Alex Ferguson achieved just about everything there is to achieve in football during his 26-year stint at Old Trafford. The Manchester United icon is set to celebrate his 80th birthday on Friday. After winning countless trophies, Ferguson has cemented his spot as one of the Premier League's greatest ever managers. But what about the players who played an integral part in helping to satisfy Ferguson's unquenchable desire for success? On Ferguson's 80th birthday, Mirror Football takes a look at Manchester United's greatest ever XI from the Fergie era. Join the debate. Is Sir Alex the Premier League's greatest ever manager? Let us know in the comments here. A consistent one-man highlight reel. Peter Schmeichel was the bedrock of United's successful spell in the 90s. The Great Dane was a key figure under Ferguson and even managed to contribute at the other end too, after netting in their UEFA Cup campaign back in 1995. Schmeichel won 5 Premier League titles during his 8 years at Old Trafford and even tasted European triumph too during United's iconic treble-winning season in 1999. That last gasp Champions League win proved to be Schmeichel's final act under Ferguson, with the veteran moving on to Sporting Lisbon shortly after that dramatic evening in Barcelona. It says everything about Schmeichel's importance to United and Ferguson that it took them 6 years to replace him. It wasn't until Edwin van der Sar arrived in Manchester that United finally had a reliable keeper to call on once again, highlighting that Schmeichel's real value perhaps wasn't realized until after he'd gone. Dennis Irwin is probably one of the most underrated players from Ferguson's time at Old Trafford. The Ireland international was one of United's most consistent performers and was an integral part of their prolonged period of success in the late 90s. Under Ferguson's guidance, Irwin went on to win just about every trophy there is to win at club level for United. Irwin spent over a decade at United after arriving from Oldham, before finishing his career up at Wolves. Rio Ferdinand was rated so highly by Ferguson that the fiery Scot shelled out a whopping £30 million to bitter rivals Leeds to snap him up, a then record fee for a defender. But it was money well spent as Ferdinand went on to evolve into one of the world's finest defenders under Ferguson's tutelage. Ferdinand added a touch of class to United's defense and won 10 major honours during his 12-year stay at the club. Joop Stam was only on Manchester United's books for 3 years, but the fact he features in Ferguson's best ever XI highlights just how much of an impact he had. The Dutch hardman played a pivotal role in United's treble-winning season and was a mainstay under Ferguson. Stam racked up over 120 appearances before he moved on to Lazio in 2001, a move that Ferguson later admitted he regretted agreeing to. Stam made a brief return to England in 2016 after being appointed as Reading's new boss. Stam took the Royals to the cusp of the Premier League before he was axed in 2018. Gary Neville was one of the class of '92 who came through the academy and became a United mainstay on Fergie's watch. In fact, Neville was such a pivotal player under Ferguson that he amassed over 600 appearances during his 19-year playing career at Old Trafford before he finally hung up his boots back in 2011. The right-back also established himself as England's first choice during his glittering playing career, where he won just about every trophy there is to win at Old Trafford. Ryan Giggs was another homegrown star who went on to greatness under Ferguson's guidance. The Welsh wizard, like Neville, spent his entire career at Old Trafford, netting 168 goals in over 900 games during a 24-year playing career. Giggs even managed to score in every consecutive Premier League season until his final year at United, where that run, standing at 21 consecutive seasons, finally ceased in the 2013-14 season. The veteran won 13 league titles and 2 Champions League crowns during his time at United. He also won 4 FA Cups and 3 League Cups, cementing his place as one of the most decorated players in Manchester United history. In fact, Giggs was at United for all bar 2 of the endless trophies Ferguson won during his reign at Old Trafford. Paul Scholes was at the heart of United's midfield for the majority of Ferguson's success at Old Trafford. The Englishman had a seemingly endless list of attributes that helped steer United to title after title, with Scholes widely acknowledged as one of England's finest ever technical midfielders. Like Giggs and Neville, Scholes spent the entirety of his career in Manchester. Such was his importance to Ferguson, his old boss didn't hesitate to bring Scholes back into the fold just months after the midfielder initially hung up his boots in 2011. He went on to guide United to the title one final time, before retiring for good in 2013. Brian Robson played a pivotal role for Ferguson, despite being in the twilight of his career at the time of Fergie's arrival. Robson was United's captain and led by example in his box-to-box role in midfield, although his minutes took a hit in the Premier League era. Despite that, Ferguson was adamant after his retirement that Robson couldn't be left out of the discussion for his all-time Manchester United side, and he even named Robson as his best captain at United. Robson went on to join Middlesbrough after 13 years at Old Trafford, where he transitioned into a player-manager role to begin his coaching career. Cristiano Ronaldo made a romantic return to Old Trafford last summer after evolving into one of the world's greatest players under Ferguson. The United boss prized Ronaldo away from Sporting Lisbon as a talented teenager in 2003. Ronaldo repaid that faith by firing 118 goals in 292 appearances before Real Madrid snapped him up for a then-world record £80 million. Away from the Premier League, Ronaldo established himself as one of, if not the greatest, players in the world. Ferguson's influence on Ronaldo is so great to this day that he reportedly played a key part in convincing Ronaldo to return to the club this summer, and the Portuguese star still affectionately refers to his gaffer as boss. Ferguson shelled out a whopping £27 million to bring Wayne Rooney to Manchester United when he was just 18 years old. It turned out to be another shrewd move in the transfer market from the wily old United chief. Rooney plundered an astonishing 253 goals in 559 appearances, eclipsing Sir Bobby Charlton's previous tally of 249 goals to become United's all-time leading goalscorer. The ex-England captain won 5 Premier League titles, 3 League Cups and the Champions League and FA Cup during a sparkling career at Old Trafford. Although it wasn't always plain sailing for the pair, Ferguson helped bring the best out of Rooney, ensuring the Liverpool-born youngster will go down in United folklore. Although it was Rooney who finally broke United's all-time scoring record, it looked for all the world as though it would be Ruud van Nistelrooy who would etch his name into the history books. The Dutch striker was, simply put, nothing short of a goalscoring phenomenon. After being plucked from PSV Eindhoven by Ferguson in 2001, Van Nistelrooy went on to plunder an incredible 110 goals for the club in his first 3 seasons in England, winning the Premier League and the FA Cup in the process. Unfortunately for Van Nistelrooy and United fans, a serious injury and an even more serious falling out with Ferguson led to a premature departure for the prolific hitman. But after racking up 150 goals in just 219 games, it's hard to dispute that Van Nistelrooy may be the greatest ever goalscorer Fergie has managed during his time at Old Trafford. Subs: Van der Sar, Evra, Vidic, Keane, Beckham, Cantona, Solskjaer.